Hello, ako ay si Rafi Alunan. Inaanyayahan ko kayong panoorin ang pang-apat na kabanata ng Tagaligtas. Ito ay magtatalakay kung paano nailigtas ng SAF ang kalayaan at demokrasya ng ating bansa sa panahon ni dating Pangulong Corazon C. Aquino laban sa mga rebelding sundalo noong August 1987 at December 1989. Makinig kayo sa salaysay ng mismong mga sundalo na lumaban noon.
He had a brother who was with the rebels, and his brother called him up and said, umalis na kayo dyan, pupulbusin namin kayo dyan, ganon.
Madilim, di mo alam kung sino yung kalaban mo sa loob. Si Army, Marines, SAP.
Yung pakikipaglaban, na-train kami dyan eh. Pero ang mahirap ng decision doon, kalaban mo yung kapwa mo sundalo. Yung mista mo.
Before I could do that, actually, I had to lock myself into a room, internalize, and evaluate if this is something that I really have to do or need to do.
Despite the euphoria from people power, the first 3 years of the Aquino government were the most vulnerable to coup attempts. Discontented with the government they helped install, the Reform the Armed Forces Movement, or RAM, led by then Lieutenant Colonel Gringo Onasan, launched several coup attempts between 1986 and 1989. 2 of these almost toppled the government and turned brothers in arms against each other. Rebel troops attacked centers of gravity, Malacanang, Camps Crame and Aguinaldo, and the government broadcast station PTV4. In response, the government quickly mobilized its counterforce to quell the rebellion. For the PC-SAF, the critical area of engagement was Channel 4, where they engaged rebel forces to retake it and force them out of their stronghold in a nearby hotel.
The Constabulary Integrated National Police might not have been able to handle the retaking of PTV4 and Camelot Hotel with just ordinarily trained police officers.
Kami sa PTV4. Talagang doon namin na yung ganito lang kalapad yung pader. Na kami ron, siapulap kami ron.
Ang mission namin, magmula dito sa Crame, Camelot Hotel. Punong-puno yan ng mga kapwa namin sundalo rin. So, ang mission namin ay i-plus out sila dyan.
SAF went to PTB4 and captured the rebels that were holed out there. And later on, secured the Camelot Hotel.
Although 14 SAF troopers were injured in the process, in the end, it was a failed rebel attempt. While the August coup attempt was short-lived, military rebels struck again in 1989. On November 30, rebel soldiers belonging to the RAM SKP YOU launched another coup attempt that would last 7 days. Better funded and more organized, it would be the bloodiest in Philippine history. At the onset, the rebels took Villamor Air Base, Sangli Naval Station, and Mactan Air Base, swiftly controlling the assets of the Philippine Air Force. Once again, Malacanang, Camps Aguinaldo, and Crame were simultaneously attacked.
Ramos was inside the DND building, and hours later, it was already being bombed by Tora-Tora planes, the rebel planes.
Kitang-kita namin pati yung pagbomba ng Tora-Tora sa Aguinaldo, tinira din tong Crame, sunog yung tuktok ng yung headquarters namin.
And I told myself, the Cory government is really teetering on the brink of defeat. They contacted Sonny Razon. I said, I'm joining you guys in Crame. On the other side of Santolan, we could see the shelling taking place. We were listening to the radio. We heard a Christmas carol in the background, and the guy beside me, sergeant, just broke down. And he asked me, he says, why? Why is this happening? We were manning a machine gun nest. Sani Razon, Jojo Angan, Conrad Capa, Noli Talino. Everybody was preparing for a big battle because General Blando had 2,000 troops somewhere in Green Hills in the Unimart area.
SAF's other concern was to secure the battle staff, led by Chief of Staff General Renato de Villa, who held office at Camp Aguinaldo.
Apparently, they have selected 70 men to purposely to snatch Secretary Ramos, Gerald Villa, who was then the chief of staff, and then nandun sila Secretary Luigi Santos. Yan ang nakaunang bakbakan.
SAF promptly sent 4 teams to augment us. The SAF commander at the time was Hermogenes Ebdane.
During that time, what crossed my mind, this is the way the CPP, NPA, MNLF, and MILF feel when they're being bombarded.
It took 2 days for government forces to fully regain control of Camp Aguinaldo. Despite the air attack on Camp Crame, it was never assaulted by rebel troops. They were led by Lieutenant Colonel Rafael Galvez, battalion commander of the 1st Scout Ranger Regiment. Among them was Captain Danilo Lim, leader of the Young Officers Union.
Your immediate action in any encounter in the field is to always occupy the high ground. As a Scout Ranger, occupy the high ground because the high ground would give you distinct advantage. So in an urban setting, without any hills and mountains to occupy, the high grounds were the tall structures in Makati.
SAF, which was in one part of Ayala, was having a sniper war with the Scout Rangers.
In Solar Life, may bakante tapos andito yung building kung saan andun yung mga tropa, mga SAF. Hindi sila makatawid dito, itong open space na to. Dahil ini-snipe sila. Siguro about 50 meters yung haba, no? So, gusto nilang pasukin yun.
Sap, kayo naman ang mauna. So, sir, general yun tiniente lang kami. Sir, tayo raw mauna. O sige. Alam mo, pag turn mo na, talagang hahabulin ng sniper ng bala yung paa mo. Nung turn ko na, talagang dasal din ako. Lord, bahala ka na. Pagtakbo ko nun, talaga yung ping, 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 ping. Yung, simento yun, kaya ano pa yun yung ricochet niya, di ba? So, kaya pag nakakross ka na, wow, parang baseball So, save.
Caught in between SAF and the Scout Rangers were tourists and civilians, trapped inside hotels, condominiums, and residences. The task of taking them out of harm's way fell in the hands of then Undersecretary of Tourism, Rafael Alunan.
So it fell on my shoulders to look for a way to penetrate the battle zone and get the tourists out. I engaged the Rangers in negotiations for the release of trapped tourists and other non-combatants. I sensed from their agreement to talk that I guess it would just be a matter of time before the coup would end. That particular incident showed that they were sincere about releasing the hostages and finishing off the negotiations.
Hindi pwedeng gawing hostage yung mga yon dahil counterproductive. So what we did was we allowed the evacuation of these tourists and the residents in the area. And sabi ko nga, let's pakita natin that we are good soldiers.
With the tourists and civilians safely out of the way, the fighting ceased. Before long, the rebels realized that they were fighting a losing battle. A day later, the Rangers returned to their barracks.
Sabi ko, talo. And the best thing we can do is right now is while kaya nating patagalin ito, ganun din let's just turn this impending defeat into a psychological victory. So, gano'n na lang.
Once again, freedom and democracy prevailed.
This is only the first time I'm realizing that fully, that we in effect helped save the country as Special Action Force.
Thank you for watching part 4 of Tagaligtas. Kung nagustuhan ninyo ang video na inyong nakita, sana i-share ninyo sa inyong mga social media communities. The next segment, part 5, will explain how the government dealt with the communist armed insurgency. Ito si Rafi Alunan. May the force be with you.